YouTube, Twitch, welcome to Peglin. It is a brand new patch day. It's Patch-o-ween as I call it because, well, actually the patch went live 2 days before Halloween, but I was streaming at the time the patch went live. It was not a very good time for me, sadly. So I'm streaming the day after the patch now, but it's the day before Halloween. And it is causing the timelines to get warped a little bit, just for warning you this. So I've got a few experimental things that I have in a backlog. They are going to still come up for the next few days, YouTube. I will push them out as quickly as possible. But I wanted to show the patch now, because there are some small differences between the patch that's gone live now and the experimental, but a lot of the stuff is the same. And I wanted to start this off with giving some of my thoughts on the patch. So let me go into the old Steam window mode so we can see the new content, and let me just talk through it. So it's probably been one of the bigger patches for some time. It's not the big one with Act 4, they even say it themselves. Apparently it's a lot of work, this thing, so I look forward to seeing what Act 4 has in store, but I assume it's like going to be a next year thing now. Anyway, some of the things, I get this is really awkward because, you know, the timelines aren't quite working for YouTube. They are for Twitch, obviously. YouTube, there are some of these things you've not seen yet, but I have seen them, so I'm sorry, you know, it's just the way that things work right on the internet. Anyway, so we've seen the snowball. There is a new orb, and actually there's a few new orbs and a few new relics. The snowball has been like a bit of a cult favorite of mine. So all snowballs you own get larger, deal more damage, and pierce more enemies as they hit more and more pegs. Basically, the more and more pegs you hit, the snowball effect occurs, and it gets even more powerful and powerful and powerful, and then just starts like cleaving through everyone. I think it's a really cool mechanic. I love the idea of the orb. Again, I don't want to spoil future episodes for YouTube. I've not really got it to ever work before, but that's not going to stop me trying. Also, we have a new Spin Venter orb, Spin Doctor Orb. Flips the buffs of Peg from negative to positive and positive to negative, and heals you along the way. This orb I've not seen yet, but there is definitely a big push towards the negative slime build being a bit more viable, which I think is reasonable since the Spin Venter really only has like one viable build. It's not quite true, but it basically is true. You just try to slime the board. You'd get like some really good green slime, you'd buff it to high heaven, and you would just out-heal every enemy doing damage to you by just pushing onto that healing slime peg. You could do the negative version of this build as well, but it was so hard because really there was only like one or two ways of doing it, and one of the ways of doing it was a boss relic. And you know, it's hard to like hang your hat on your run on a boss relic, especially normally you wanted to grab like a Swallow or a Best Foot Forward before you're like really fully committed to the slime build. So it was really hard to justify going to the negative zone after that. So I think it's nice they've put more things to like put you into a negative mode, or even like you can be positive and then flip into the negative mode. I don't know if it's going to be good, we'll see when I actually like find it in the game. There's also Froggo Amulet, which I don't know if you've seen yet, YouTube, but I've definitely had it on the experimental patch. You gain 3 max health each time an orb is added to your deck. It's a nice value add. I don't think it's like crazy, but it's pretty nice. If you get it really, really early, you're probably going to get like, you know, somewhere between 12 and like 18 max health, I would guess, depending on the type of run you're doing. Another relic that I don't think you've seen yet, YouTube, but it's coming up in the near future, Big Fish, a Paladin relic. Orbs that are larger than the standard orb size deal damage equal to the number of large orbs you own to the targeted enemy for each peg they hit. Now, again, I don't want to spoil any future runs. I have tried to make the big orb build work. I actually think it might be legit. Also, just letting you know right now, I don't know again if you saw this or not on the YouTube side of things. The book club is now a big orb, and the effect is slightly different, but it's basically just a big orb now. So actually, it's quite common to see big orbs in the Paladin deck, and at C20 obviously start with the Horrible as well. No lie, I think this is actually a legitimate build. I can actually see it being fairly strong because it doesn't take too many big orbs going into your sack before you're doing really disgusting damage with the effect of Big Fish. And especially since a lot of these big orbs also have on-hit effects, you can get like armor or something generation while you're doing like damage. Basically the best of both worlds. So yeah, I look forward to seeing if the Big Fish is actually the biggest fish in the sea. We also got Crit Equilibrium, which, again, if you're watching on YouTube, you probably saw the video today where I actually got this. I've not really had a run yet where I could really showcase it properly. I just, like, picked it up at the end of a run just to see how it worked. Basically, if your crit damage is larger than your base damage on your orb, the board gets 1 additional crit peg. If that's the other way round, you remove a crit off the board. I think it's a really, really cool relic. I'd complained before there was only really one way to remove a crit off your board, and it was a boss relic as well, which meant doing the mud circle build as the Peglin character was actually quite hard to do. With crit equilibrium in the game, you could potentially go onto that mud circle Peglin build, have your 1 crit on the board, take critical equilibrium, and it will remove the crit off the board at some point during the battle. And if for whatever reason you're actually part of the Muscle build, and you've also got part of the Spiness build, for example, which is, again, the base Peglin characters type of deal, you can actually flip between the 2 modes at the same time. It, like, supports both builds, like, synergizing together. So I think this is a really, really cool relic. I think it could be very, very strong for the base Peglin character. And actually, I think it'd be pretty strong for all the characters it's accessible to. I can't remember if everyone's got this or just, like, specific guys, but it's a really solid relic, I think. Round your relic. They've got a relic called Small Packages. Orbs that are smaller than the standard orb size activate a peg an additional time. I've not seen this yet, so I've not been able to test it out. It seems, like, reasonable. I will say small orbs are probably more likely to, like, go through the gaps between pegs, so you're probably not going to be able to activate the effect as easily, but it does remove a bit of the downside of small orbs, because even if you're hitting fewer pegs, at least the ones you do hit, you're hitting 2 times. So I think it's, like, relatively solid. And again, I can't quite picture this yet, right, the small package, but there's definitely orbs out there that go pretty small, so yeah, I don't mind it. I think it actually sits quite nicely with the big fish. I think they both could legitimately be fairly strong. There's also some synergies to remember in the game as well that make your orbs smaller, but like the Matryoshka relic effect. And I assume that works with small packages, which could be, like, actually disgustingly strong. There's a new boss relic, Focus Blast. Bombs deal 3 times damage, but only deal damage to a targeted enemy. We saw this in effect already on an experimental patch. This is the same as what it once was. If you set off a bomb, it does 3 times damage, and it hits a single target enemy. The proof is really, in the pudding on this one. Is that right? No. I don't know why I'm saying the proof is in the pudding. It just does what it says on the tin. That's the analogy I want to use. The only thing I'll say about this is I wasn't sure at the time whether or not the over damage would, like, go to another enemy, and it kind of does, if you know what I mean. Like, if the enemy has, like, 116 health and you set off 2 bombs, the first 120 damage will go into the first enemy, the next 120 will then target the other enemy, so it does spread the damage that way. Generally speaking, I think it's better to have the bombs doing AoE damage, but there are certain situations where you would want it to be targeted. The painter fight, for example, is like a really classic example where you often want the bombs to not be on the board, and you want to just hit the painter, because otherwise the paintings break, poison you, and you have a really sad time from there. So I like the idea of it, but as I said, I think generally speaking for most runs, there's typically, at least on normal fights, more than 3 enemies on the board. So you're getting more bang for your buck, basically, just doing normal bombs. That being said, if you're really, like, focusing on elites, maybe you've got, like, a lot of good piercing orbs, the Focus Blast might actually be good for that run. So I think, again, it's a really cool relic. There are situations where you will want to take it, and situations where, like, you just can't take it. Then, and we have, like, kind of alluded to this, there is a new category of relics, shop-only relics, and these relics only appear in the shop. And basically they said that these are all really, like, niche relics that often you'd, like, get them midway through a run, and you'd be like, okay, well, I can't take this because, it's just garbage. Or you take it and it does nothing, like Salt Shaker, I think is now a shop-only relic. Unless you've got, like, max health gaining capabilities, Salt Shaker does nothing. So now, these relics go into the shop instead. You also have to be a bit careful. This one is, again, YouTube, you've probably not seen this yet. Spinception is a shop-only relic as the base Peglin character, but it's not as the Roundrel, so the pools are slightly different between the characters, even for same items. Then we've got some new shop-only relics, the Bad Slime. So this we have seen on runs on the experimental, but this has been changed quite drastically. So again, I apologize YouTube, going forward you're going to see some Bad Slime runs, or me attempting to do Bad Slime runs with all Bad Slime. Bad Slime has now been changed. It's now the first peg you slime each shot gets -20. It's basically the opposite of Adventurine, but you have to slime the peg and you get -20, which is good because the slimes get better effects when you go to the negative realm rather than the positive realm. So I think this version of Bad Slime is so much better than the other version. That being said, it's really hard. Like Adventure, you keep hitting that peg over and over and over and over and over again, and keep buffing it up. With a Bad Slime, it's actually quite hard to re-slime a peg that you once slimed, because typically for a lot of the really good slimes, when you refresh the board, the slime comes back again. So I assume, and maybe it doesn't work the way I think it does. Maybe you do get the -20 on top of that again. So actually, we want to check this out at some point. But maybe if you refresh mid-shot, it slimes, if you haven't slimed the peg already, it will slime that peg again and you'll get the -20 on it. Maybe you don't actually have to contact with the orb, but I think it'd be hard to get like to really high negative numbers, which may be by self-design. But either way, I think it's better than it was before, because it was really hard to make the negative slime build work, even with all the new negative slime stuff, because it required you to get like very specific niche things, which were more uncommon than Swaltorb, basically. And as we'll see going forward, actually one of the other Swaltorb adjacent orbs actually got buffed, so it made it even harder to go to the negative realm. Collusion Detection is a shop-only relic, I guess, for all characters. Prices that scale up with purchase remain fixed at their initial price. Basically, when you buy orbs, the price of the next orb you would buy goes up by 10, is it? Or 5? I can't remember now that I'm in the game. Is it 10 or 5? I don't remember. Either way, some things go up by like 5, some things go by 10. Removing orbs goes up by 10, I think. Buying relics goes up by... It's 5, right? It's 5 it typically goes up in. Rather than, that price increase, if you have collusion detection, it doesn't go up. I do want to call it early. I think this relic is hot trash. Maybe the hottest trash ever conceived in the game. It might actually be the new stick, what it's called, the beating stick thing. Because this is a shop-only relic. It's going to cost 50 gold for you to buy it. And I was like thinking about this, and 50 gold is a lot of money in this game. And how much money are you going to save from collusion detection? Bearing in mind you don't normally go to the shop that early, right? Maybe you do go on the first floor now, but typically I don't go to the shop until the second floor. You're asking me to save 50 gold on like price increases from the second floor to the end of the game? You're out of your goddamn mind, because that's actually even worse than what you think it is, because it's not even just you need the money. You actually need a lot of money, because you have to not only just buy one of one thing, you have to buy 2 of that thing to get the price increase to buy it again. Just be rich, yeah, that's the rich get richer, basically. It kind of actually reminds me of the carrot as well. Sprouting investment, it's just the rich get richer. If you're like destroying your run, this thing could be good. But if you're not destroying your run, this thing is garbage. So I'll test it out still, but I'm pretty certain this is really not a very good relic. Now, also shops have been buffed, so you have more orb and more relic choices, which I think is pretty good. I think the shops were actually, generally speaking, in the game not very good. If you skip a boss relic, you get 50 gold. Again, very good. A lot of the boss relics are actually quite niche, and sometimes you would get 3 boss relics which were completely garbage. And then you would cry, because you wouldn't take one of them. But now, you at least get 50 gold as a reward. Then there's some sort of new musical chimes. There's a new interaction as well with transferency on reflect enemies. That transferency negates the reflect effect for like each stack. That could actually be legitimately good, since the mirrors are actually like goated on the second floor. And now lightning slime also changes between lightning slime, so I'm hoping to lightning slime the entire board at some point and just hit every single peg. Again, it's another interaction I'm really intrigued to see. Also, I don't know how the negative or positive effect of slimes on the lightning scale actually interact. I assume you get more lightning the more negative or the more positive you get. So again, I'm looking forward to seeing how this lightning slime works. Anyway, there's then a bunch of balance changes, which I'll quickly go through. We've seen the Avogadro tree now. It alternates turns between where it has force targeting and not. Good change. It was just completely awful to bring a targeted orb into the mole fight. Personally, I think the mole countered way too many builds. I think it's now very fair that every other turn your targeted orb can actually hit the mole instead. We've also discussed this already. The Forest of Mine spiders now do 2 times damage. YouTube, you might not see this because I don't have very good experimental spoilers. But yeah, I did also know that the mine spiders did this as well. They do double the damage, but they only attack when in the top row. Also, I didn't realize at the time, they're actually applying twice the amount of slime as well, which I think is, like, pretty negligible, but if you've got a good slime, it's a buff to a good slime, I guess, because the spiders will buff more of the board at any one given time. I will say, I was, like, talking about this in the experimental patch, I think this is a buff to spiders. I think they're actually harder now. Maybe not in the early game, but at C19, I think it is when they start adding additional enemies, the amount of times something spawns under a spider and stops the spider from moving down is crazy. It's seriously really scary to fight spiders now with an additional enemy. So yeah, I think it might be an all-round buff to them. That forest cloud of moving pegs fight apparently has been changed. I honestly didn't notice this, but there's apparently more pegs. And they spread out a bit more. Fine, I'm okay with changing that fight, because I think it was a little bit tedious. The triple crystal slime glob fight can only spawn one additional enemy now from Crucible 19. That fight has so much health on it that I think it's fair enough that it can only get one additional enemy. There's now certain things that are in the seeding for runs. I very rarely do seeded runs, but your orb order, your crit refresh positions, basically everything is now seeded compared to what it was before. I remember someone telling me that the only seeded one we've ever done is the one that causes every single fight to be a elite fight. And that achievement, or like that task, is now like very, very, very hard because the seeding puts the refresh in a really bad spot. We'll see, like, you know, how it works, but if that is the case, I think that's a really, like, it's a pretty big oversight, honestly. That seed now is going to be really hard to beat, considering that seed needs to be beaten to unlock something, but I've unlocked it, so I don't really care. But, yeah, I'm a bit unsure about this one. Grinding Monstera has been changed. Again, I can't remember if YouTube you've seen this yet, but I have seen this. Rather than you getting just the max health for free now when you kill an enemy, it puts a peg on the board that if you activate it, you get the reward for grinding Monstera, aka the 1 max health. I think it's a good change. I think grinding Monstera was like really, really strong. I still think it's really strong as well. And I'm still trying to figure out some interactions with this, since it's on peg activation, you get the effect. Like, I've been trying to slime the pegs to, like, you know, hit them 2 times. We'll see if they actually, like, proves to be, like, a synergy in any way, shape, or form, but I'm not sure it is. But either way, grinding Monstera, not as good as it was before, generally speaking, but still pretty good. Basalt Totem adds 1 more max health now and costs 5 less gold. Probably doesn't matter. Bearing in mind as well that... Well, I was going to say, bearing in mind that the Froggy new thing adds 3 max health per time, and I think Basalt Totem now, is that 3 max health it gives you as well? It's a rich get richer type of situation. I'm not convinced it's going to make all the difference. Hackling Satchel gives you 100 gold instead of 50 gold. I think that's actually, like, very reasonable. I thought it was reasonable at 50, so 100 still pretty good. And by the way, this is the boss relic, I think that puts 2 orbs in you, so I can upgrade 2 things as well. 100 gold is a lot of money. I think that's really good for a boss relic. Pocket Sand has been buffed, which I think is a really good change. Pocket Sand was completely awful, except in, like, very, 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 very niche situations. It used to be any time you got hit by a melee attack, you would put 15 blind on an enemy. Now it's any attack. And actually, I was doing some, like, quick messing about testing earlier, just making sure everything was, like, capturing properly. And actually, on my first relic, got Pocket Sand, and just thought, you know, I'll have a look at this. It's actually pretty useful versus, like, spiders and stuff that start plinking away at you, and they just slowly, like, accumulate a bit of blindness. It's just like a nice little, like, value add of protection. And also then it would have greater synergies with stuff like the, oh, what's it called now? The Branch of Ember, where ranged enemies might bramble themselves and, like, lock themselves into the position on the board. So yeah, I think this is a good change. We'll see how, like, good it actually ends up being. Wonder Skeleton Agreed has got its gold application buffed from 2.5 to 3. Again, another relic that I thought at 2.5 was fine. 3 times, it's even better. So great. Swashbuckler damage has been increased. It now immediately damages the target enemy when you collect gold, instead of just adding damage to the shot. I think it's good. I think the gold build was completely, like, not garbage, but, like, it was so hard to make work at C20. I don't mind them giving a bit of love to this. We'll try the Swashbuckler. I didn't notice on the experimental that it being buffed, but that's true of a few things, I think. Book Club has been changed again. YouTube, I don't know if you've seen this yet, but it's a large orb now that pierces on grounded enemies, but does way less damage. It also does give you the armor still. I think the Book Club is really good. I think the Paladin is really good, and I think the Book Club and the Paladin now might even be better than it was before, but we'll see. It's also really good with that fish, so yeah, we'll see how the Book Club actually, like, sets up, right? I really like the new version of the Book Club, and I thought the old version was, like, relatively okay as well. Necromancer has been buffed again. It used to be a 5, 6, 7 damage on the base. It's now 5, 7, 9. Does that matter? No. In case you're wondering as well, Necromancer, if you don't know what it does, it only hits activated pegs and bombs, refreshes them and buffs them. The problem being, it's really, really hard to hit every peg on the board. It's way easier to hit to refresh and have all the pegs on the board. It doesn't really fix the problem with the Necromancer, and I think it's just too hard still to fully activate your board for the Necromancer setup turn to buff your board, versus just getting a Swallow or Refurbish, I think it's called, which has been buffed as well. It's like, you know, we give with one hand of the Necromancer, we've buffed your damage, but we've also buffed your counterpart, the Refurbisher. And the Refurbisher now is really good as well. Anyway, the next one is the Refurbisher. Used to say deals no damage and would buff at twice the rate of the Swallow. It now deals damage. It still is a 0/0, but obviously if you're buffing pegs and you've got this buff pegging build, the Refurbisher could actually do some legitimate damage now. So I think that's a really big change. Believiation Slime, again, I don't think you see this YouTube, but I do a run with Believiation Slime. The orb itself does more damage, and also it applies more slime faster. I think this is legitimately, like, an actual good orb now. But the damage is sizable. It used to be 1, 2 at all levels. It's now at 2, 4, 3, 6, and 4, 8. Dude, I was hitting really hard with this thing as a Spin Venter, you know, with Spin Venter originality as well. It was legitimately like a Splat Orb plus. And the Splat Orb as a Spin Venter is actually like pretty reasonable in the early game. An early Believiation Slime, also pretty reasonable. And then finally, one thing I didn't notice is the Obelisk is being buffed. I actually took this, I just didn't notice it. It used to buff Boulders and Pebbles at level 3 to 1-1 stat line. It's now to 1-2 stat line. And I'm not going to go through all the bug fixes. I think some of the things I noticed were bug fixes, which I thought were like changes. But that's too much nerdy stuff for me. Let's actually get into a run now. Let's actually play the game. So if you have Pocket Sand and Branch of Ember, the spiders will always stick themselves on the top and attack every turn. Yes, but also, that would be annoying, but also if an archer comes onto the board and he shoots you, and he's on the back row, which often happens in the second floor, he will bramble himself in the back slot, which is a very good control tool because it stops any other enemies spawning in that row. So, like, you know, the game giveth, the game taketh away. I do appreciate it's a bit of an awkward synergy with the spiders. But also remember as well, the spiders will actually eventually start missing you. It's kind of an iffy interaction. Anyway, I was toying with as well how I wanted to do this. Like, do I want to, like, you know, put orbs into my sack and then showcase them basically, or put relics into my sack? I'm just going to play the game. We're going to play Spin Venter and probably Paladin a little bit, because I think they're the characters that got the most changes. I'll also let you know now, the Keeper has been busy. We have got a new spreadsheet. Again, there is some mild spoilers in here because blue stuff is stuff I achieved on the experimental patch. Don't worry about it, YouTube. You'll see it over the next couple of days when I just like pump these videos out to try and fix the timelines. But here are some of the new things, so I have to go back, you know, and clear up the spreadsheet again. Very nice. Oh, and also the grey-green things are things that have been changed. I'm not going to go hard to like get everything that I've achieved and been changed back onto the spreadsheet. I'm going to count it as I've already beat it, so don't worry about that. But the new white stuff, the new relics, the new orbs, I will try and spreadsheet them again. Alright, perfect. Everything here is maybe like the most beige, boring as thing in the game. If we're going to try and force something, and I don't want to be forcing negative slimes again, particularly, but I guess it's the thing to showcase, right? If we're going to do something of that variety, I probably don't want bombs, because bombs are a bit anti-synergistic with the slime build because you're destroying pegs. So it's cheese or refresh shield. I think we'll just take refresh shield. Having alternate ways to refresh the board, I have big respect for them. And by the way, King of the Arts, yes, the patch has dropped. The experimental has gone live, with a few changes from the experimental even. Alright, please stop refreshing my board. It's very rude. Okay, this is not good. We need to get to our 25 as quickly as possible. Try and get a few sandbag turns. Try and not, you know, set off all the bombs immediately, please. 5 more gold. You can do it. Oh, God. Ah, 24. Okay, it was nothing new, though. We can recover from this. There is an early elite. I also probably want to try to get some money for the shop. That being said, the shops are in fairly awkward positions. Although I could go to the one after the elite, I suppose. Well, I'll probably take 2 tiles after the elite to get there. Alright, give me a gold. I'll try and go right. Nice skill shot. Okay, we're fine. I don't get an upgrade, but again, one of the advantages of Spin Venter is they just start off cracked, right? Because of Spin Venter originality, my starting orb is super strong. The 3-6. Very good. And the Horrible is a 1-2. So the Horrible actually has a little bit of a value add as well. Alright, let me go dig out this bomb. Cool. Nice digging, dummy. We are plus 50 gold now, so we've basically made up for our slow start. We could buy an orb and upgrade it immediately. We are probably taking some damage here. I've not quite timed my bombs well enough. Although I say that, it's because the guy spawned early, right? Or another guy spawned. So I'll take a few hits. Nice, huge refresh. I'll take the other hit. I mean, obviously I will take it because I'm forced to. That's not bad. Taking 5 damage in this fight is okay. Okay, we hit the eternal problem of me trying to do negative slimes and force it. Do I take a Swaltorb right now? Or do I just ignore the Swaltorb? Also, bearing in mind, I have to fight an elite at some point. I think maybe we just take the Swaltorb. We play it like a normal game, because that's the best test, right? I know the negative slime build can get disgusting if you get the right things, but if I don't get the right things, I don't get the right things, right? And we can still... This is the nice thing about the new version of the bad slime, which doesn't just make things more negative. It itself targets something and makes it super negative. I could just try and not hit a peg with the Swaltorb and just keep it getting really negative. Like, maybe we can have, like, a half negative, a half positive build. AKA, we have the balanced build, I suppose. Which I need to be a bit careful with using that term, because balance is a thing in the game. Do I see they've nerfed the patience map? Yeah, I've seen that. I can't notice, I guess didn't notice. I've played that map in the experimental. I didn't notice a difference, so I think it lies of a truth. I think they're lying to us and, you know, oh, we changed the map, don't worry about it. And I'm like, oh yeah, the placebo effect. They have changed it. It is better now. But no, I mean, I still found it really tedious in the experimental, so. I don't know, maybe it is actually better. I'm probably gonna have to take some hits here. Can I do 59 with this? Oh, we do have a crit. Alright, it's a horrible bounce. If we got it stuck in the center of the bat, I might have actually been able to kill you in time. Sadly, I didn't. Okay, again, it's okay. Nothing new again. It is what it is. I think I'm going to try and hold my money and greed for a potential bad slime at the shop. I need to get to 50 gold. I'll probably get 25 on the elite fight. I haven't cleared a path, but I'll just skill shot it. Don't worry about it. Okay, I tried. This will be an elite instead. Okay, we get a free upgrade. That's not bad. And this will be an elite. It's the new elite fight on this floor. It's the horrible fight with the artillery plant and far too few pegs. All right, I've beansed it up a little bit, but again, let's we have to test this, I suppose. Maybe an early shot can help recover for us from missing out on an elite. One other thing I found out off camera is well, I say I found it out. I think this is actually true. I think the splat up is more bouncy if it gets super negative or super positive. I'm not entirely certain that is actually true if it was just, you know, again, I don't know if the placebo effect, but I'm pretty certain I saw it bounce more. Which I'm kind of on board with. Alright, just get me out. I mean, obviously you're really good, but the shop. Alright, we'll play the stupid man's game, because this is clearly the stupid man's game. Normally you would never go to the shop here. You would take piercing, or you take the double damage slime. I have been rewarded, though, because I get my good old-fashioned bomb baton, which I think I will grab. Who am I fighting, by the way? Lechy. So yeah, we'll grab a bomb baton. New patch, shame me. Alright. I'll leave that bomb there just for a second. I'd rather catch both the bats with it. Never mind. Not necessary. It's one of these fights where I've just, like, absolutely rolled the game somehow and can never, ever replicate this again. They didn't even get close to me. Alright, I actually need to consider taking an Inferno because of Leshy. I might consider I'm going to take it. I do want an Elite. I think we can still make the Elite, right? These skill shots there, they're not quite cooking right now. Yeah, another crit's fine. The Spin Venter, I think, is almost always pro crit build. You're crazy if you think I'm doing you. Well, I say that. The problem with this event is this character is they have so many good ways to get to multi-ball. And multi-ball is really bad with the better relic in the game. However, I don't have multi-ball right now. I'm gonna leave. Please let me out left, by the way. It's normally hard to go out the flight left. Nice, thank you. Okay, not the time when you only want to fight the Minotaur, especially with actually the bombs. And I've kind of made my crit a bit hard to hit. I'll take the crit. I think it's worth it right now. Then I'll swap this side of the board. Not a bad refresh. Okay, it's not a bad bounce of the bomb as well. The awkward thing about this map is always bomb battles. It's like one of the few fights where bomb battles not very good normally, because you want the power slide, right? But if the bounce is very kind to you, you can kind of get away with it still. Crit me, please. We're probably gonna have to pay some tax. We are gonna have to pay some tax. I'd really like to not pay any more tax, though. Wow. Okay, I have to pay some more tax, sadly. Fortunately, my Horrible does do damage, otherwise I would be dead right now. We can get a heal. I'm not desperate for an upgrade right now. So I think, do I hold it? I'm doing another fight, right? Yeah, I'm doing another fight. I'll hold it for now. We'll take the slimy. Okay, it's the classic Spin Venter build. Buff the board, get green slime, profit. Also quite good right now. Make my pebbles better. Yeah, I was 3 gold over the tax bracket. Okay, so this spider's not attacking me, so I actually should try and kill this spider instead at the bottom. But this is a perfect example, by the way, of me saying I think the spider's now buffed. They put a new spider on this fight, which means when the grind slime moves across them eventually, it's going to go underneath one of these spiders and stop it dropping. So I'm going to take a double hit from one of these spiders in an upcoming turn. And it's going to suck. It's going to suck really hard. Like now, the spider above the green slime won't move down. Scumbag. Come on, have I not got a bomb here? Okay, we got one of the bombs. I'm slowly healing back up as well. Dude, some of these misses are actually insane right now. On the flip side, if a bat goes over one of them, it did stop me getting hit on another turn, so I suppose it swings and roundabouts. Ow, by the way, but we have a chance to heal back out of this now. I actually want to avoid bombs now while I'm trying to heal again. Okay, doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, pretty brutal fight. I'll try and heal a bit on the way out, but... There she blows. It's the wrong play, but I'm taking it. "26 health in the Leshy fight is pretty brutal. I probably am going to die. But there's a chance, if we can make a nice green slime somewhere and start buffing it, maybe I can out-heal it eventually. The problem right now as well is I've only got one Swaltorb. So actually achieving the buffs is going to be pretty hard. Yep, Peglin has been patched. There is new stuff in the game. And, you know, some old stuff, aka just hit the green slimes and profit build. Okay, I have buffed the green slime. It's not in a great spot, but I've done it. Snowball, I need you. Like, May needed Snowball as well in the May cinematic. I also need you now. Okay, we got another bite of the cherry with the Snowball. Oh, fuck. That's bad. Goodbye, Growald. Alright, honestly, that's fine. It's actually kind of a shame, because I think if we'd got through that fight, would have actually been unbelievably powerful. I just took 2 hits from the fucking stupid Minotaur fight. I will take Adventuring. And also, I should have taken the Snowball. I should have taken Believiation Slime if I wanted to truly try to win, but I want the Snowball eventually to work. I will find a world where you do actually function. Well, okay, it's buffed. It is buffed, and I suppose it's a new patch, so I guess I should check it out. It is completely garbage. Still, I'm convinced it will be completely garbage, but I guess we should check. Oh, brother. I probably won't be able to get enough money for the shop. Holy shit, I could go elite, chest, chest, elite, chest, elite. Then, you know, some fights up here. It's kind of crazy. Alright, I'd rather not lose the run, so I'll do that. So, I guess what I'm set up for now is, if we want to try and check out the new Lightning Slime synergies, this is the run, right? Because the Lightning Slime, surely the best thing it can do is clear the board. And I want the board to be cleared. So I think we're looking for Lightning Slime now. Also, I need to avoid the refresh a little bit right now. Honestly, that was actually a blessing because I needed 2 more gold. So thank you for not killing the guy. Alright. It's like, do I take the right thing or do I just keep buffing the wrong thing? I think I have to keep buffing the wrong thing, sadly. Are you stupid? You know, actually, if I'm not going to do the multi-ball normal build, I guess I can actually do this time. It was meant to be as well, clearly. Please let me out right. Fuck you, game. Fuck you. Alright, we missed 2 tiles, effectively. And the ability to get bomb baton going forward, which probably isn't the worst thing. Oh, this is different. Hang on a second. I didn't consider this. So there's more options in the shop, so the exit tile is now different. That might actually be even worse. This might be a nerf to the shops, even though you get... No, it can't be a nerf to the shops. It's annoying, but we'll just relearn the new line. I'll just do that every single time. Alright, the plant fight. We start with Necromancer, which means I can't fire it because Necromancer's a really good AWP, a smile. We should be fine going down this well, though. Huge. That's why they call it the best relic in the game. That's going into the fire pits of hell if I go down the middle. Which I'd rather not do. I guess I'll take it another 2 times. Again, that's the fiery pits of hell you're trying to send me down. Although, I'm going to hit the refresh, right? I think. Nice. Okay, we'll take it 1 times. I'll take it 2 times. I need to clear out the refresh. Well, 2 times, though. It's fine. Oh, look, Necromancer's here. 16 damage, really good. Thank you, Necromancer. Nice. Thanks for showing up. Okay, we should probably go this way this time to take the 2 times. Please don't let him shoot you again. Okay, we're out. Do I want to assemble the assemble? No, not really. Do I want to upgrade the the Necromancer? No, not really. I think we'll take a heal. Smoke mod versus Puppet. The Puppet is probably better for me because I'm probably not going to go for a bomb build with this character. And the Puppet has a bit of a synergy with the best relic in the game, as when I misnavigate invariably with it, the Puppet might protect me 1 time. Depends on who I'm fighting. Didn't clear a path down to the right side, but I'll just skill shot it again. And now we're in boss rush chest territory, I guess. Told you. Puppet synergy, baby. Right. I'd rather not go into the fiery pits of hell here. I'll try and, like, edge it towards the 2 times. Come on. You even slimed the peg to stop it going that way. Alright, again, let's see Necromancer at work. $100 damage. You know what? That's okay damage. Don't get me wrong. Definitely want to be on this right side. I'm going to have to change targets in a second just to go for the spawn things, because he's going to die anyway. We might actually be at that point now. Let me change targets. So tilting. It didn't really matter, I suppose. It was honestly just the mental there to go into the half. Okay, okay, the weighted chip, I see you. You're actually providing some value here. And holy shit, it picked up a kill. Necromancer, it's been so long since I've seen you do that. I guess I'll take a Swalt Orb. Probably just instantly upgrade it as well. Refreshes crit or parallel beam with us. We already turned down a bomb relic. I think it's generally speaking not a good idea to take bomb stuff as this character. And especially with the build I'm kind of like edging towards. Which is the usual, just, you know, slime the board build. You need to get slime. Also, I would like a bit of Leshy Tech. Yeah, that's fine. Now, it's not impossible to beat Leshy without the Leshy Tech. We've done it before. You know, it's called Necromancer. It does negative damage and revives the enemies. If you did negative damage, it actually might be good. Because we could go negative slide build. Okay, I probably don't want this refresh just yet. How did you bounce that way? Riddle me that. Alright, now we're ready for the refresh. And the final thing I need to do now, or try to do, is not hit anything in the center, so the Necromancer has something to do. Keep at it, I think. Don't hit the refresh. That didn't matter. Alright, huge damage incoming. What did I tell you? Huge damage incoming. Ah, you didn't kill him! You swine. Oh my god. Yeah, at least you killed him. I was gonna say. You're into the wrong pit, dummy. I really could do with healing here, more than anything else. I know I said I need Leshy Tech, but I'm, again, on 26 health and asking for assistance. I'll just deal without the Leshy Tech. Alright, it's incredible deja vu right now. We could be fine, but it just depends how quickly I get this healing slime on the board. I do have Adventure this time. And also, I've got an early Swalt Orb. So there are things in my favor this time. And we have the best relic in the game this time. Okay, so my puppet's going to be used to stop 3 damage, which is not a great deal, but it's better than the other deal I could have taken, which was 1 damage by doing that. It's always a bad time when an artillery plant shoots you 2 times. It's gonna be a really bad one when it's 3 times as well. By the way, are you Leshy Tech? I've just thought. Because you go through tiles. No, of course you're not. It'd mean you're actually good. You'd have a use in life. Still can't kill this fucking plant. Alright, the plant is gone. Just clear a path down to this nice Healy Peg. I will just buff it to high heaven and survive. Hold. Hold. Right, now I can't do that, sadly. actually huge. I was going to dive right into the fiery pits of hell. I'm still alive. I am going to have a problem in a second on the reload. Hold. We're not holding. I was so close again to pulling out of the death spiral. Alright, we would have won that if they didn't take Necromancer. So that's the one time we're going to see Necromancer this patch. I hope you enjoyed seeing it. Wave goodbye to Necromancer. We'll never ever take it again. It's still completely garbage. Surely you find a bob here. How is all I'm gonna say. Alright, we'll take 6 damage because of... I don't even know what that was from. How did I hit none of the bombs here and then not get stuck in the one in the middle? I'm actually just confused. Piss. I get 25 gold. Oh, this game sometimes. Right. I'd really like to go to the right. I'm just not going to risk it. There's no point. I'll make up the 2 gold later. Right, Mental Mantle is actually a good relic. Also, we might be able to use this as a positive in the long run. If I get to 50 gold here, we could go to the shop, get a bad slime, and then, you know, have an interesting build. Or at least as good a bad slime build as we could possibly ever hope for. Because we get it so early that I'd actually be aware of its existence. And I could prepare for it from, you know, start of the game. Could have done without the refresh there, but you know what? That's fine. As long as you get a few bombs, on the next few hits, we're good. Alright, this is maybe a few too many bombs, but sure, whatever. I like your style. You've gone with the aggressive approach. I suppose we got bomb baton, right? So it was 3 more bombs on the board. Again, another bomb goes. I think we'll be fine. I might want to change to the other slimes at this... Yeah, I definitely want to change to the other slimes at this point. You've got 34 health. Huge. Okay, he's gonna hit me. I missed the bomb. I thought I'd definitely get it. So close to like the perfect battle, and then I just like whiff it at the last second. Alright, we're out though. It's not bad. 68 health from an elite. And 69 gold. Again, I think if you're playing smart, you take the ice circle. But I'm playing patch smart. This is horrible, by the way. I might not get the shop. Yeah, alright. That's the red slime for you, why I don't like Splat Up either. You know what? It's actually a good decision. I've got Spin Vint Originality as well. That's not a good idea, though. I will put stuff in the sack, by the way. I know, like, theoretically, the smart thing to do now is just upgrade this to max and then never put anything else in the sack ever again. But I'm not doing it. They want to see the new stuff. But I've got rid of all these disgusting pebbles. I've got rid of my starting slime thing, which is not very good. I say it's not very good. The damage is good, but, like, the effect is really bad. Wow, this is really late for this fight. Has this been changed? I just clocked it. Because I actually have bombs in this fight for a change. Okay. So there's some decisions to be made here. I'm not going to the shop anymore, so I think first decision we do is this. I'd probably do this as well. Then, do I want to just take a Swalt Orb? Or the alternate way of looking at this is, I can't set up any better for Big Slime now because this build can probably just work in its own right now. Until I get the pieces required to go negative. Then again, if I'm going to go negative, I'm going to be taking Chwoos at some point because it's the big payoff for it, right? Let me Chwoos. I know, it's not the optimal play. The optimal play, just, just use the Roborus every single turn. That's boring. We've done this before. We know what, we know how this goes. Normally fairly well as well. Alright, the rich get richer. I'm basically farming at this point in case you're wondering because I've already got to above 100 damage. No, wait, no. I've got to above 75 damage on this thing, so I can just one-shot bats, effectively. It's not quite true because it's only 80% echo. It's fairly close to being true, though. As long as I hit, more than one peg, we're fine. I will not break the chain, which is why you don't take anything other than the Ouroboros when you're doing the Ouroboros build, because now I've reset the echo. But I still don't care. I might care. Alright, we're out. Some disgusting hits there, but it's fine. It's okay. I should probably just heal here. Decrease the spawn rate of this guy or something. Not complaining, I think he's probably the easiest to elite on this floor, but... Everywhere, man. Alright, the testicle is almost dead already. I think this is his ass, right? 100 and something damage, 210 damage. That's his ass. Give me one bomb, please. Alright, I'll take the hits. Slime building is only slime bosses. Maybe true. Alright, I found my joy in life. I found my joy in life. Turns out this is the snowball build. Because my sack is so empty right now. I'm so ready to embrace more snowballs. Please stop. I just wanted a bit more money. I'm so ready to embrace all the new snowballs in my life. Double my sacks. I'm so considering it. What if I got rid of the Ouroboros? The Ouroboros is an issue right now. It's stopping me from throwing the snowball more often. Because of Persist. Alright. I won't throw the rod before the boss. One tile before the boss. I think now that we do actually give up the idea of the slime stuff, I'll try and make snowballs work. We'll try and get multiple snowball. I'm going to take it as this was the side. Get rid of that slime from your sack. Sweet Andalono. We have other plans for you, my child. Certainly, Plinkers, I will remove this slime, which also isn't very good on this fight anyway. And I will embrace Snowball plus a Ouroboros. Give me the gold as well, by the way. Even more Echo. Honestly, I should take it. I'll take it, because I don't want to just throw the run, but... Every peg activated gets +4 damage, but all effects have -4/-4. I get it. Attacks still do 2 times damage, but they get negative. This is the thing you really want with the negative slime build. Or, I lose a discard. I don't need discards. Why would I need discards? I mean, we have to throw the horror ball now, but... Oh well. Sure, I'll throw the horror ball. Again, this is... I don't really care about the optimal situation in this run. I really should have a situation now where my Saki's just a raw burst, effectively. Or raw burst plus Echo would be disgusting as a build. But goddammit, I want these snowballs to pop. It does also mean I have to fire all my raw bursts now. I can't just skip the Betty Ball. But I think I was going to do it anyway. Maybe we'll get Ambidictionary as well. The true dream of this run. Perfect fight, by the way. Avoid everyone with shields, please. They spell disaster. The prophecies foretold. They are what are going to cause me to have a bad time on this run. Also, not getting 25 gold is going to cause me to have a bad time. I know, don't need any of this junk. We would like to go... Probably right, I guess, but it doesn't really matter. I'll farm. Okay, we'll get 1 gold, I guess. I think it's still called farming if, you know, we have a bad harvest. By the way, I don't know if this is different. I assume it's going to be the same as the experimental patch, but I don't know if it was different from before. The pocket watch actually has a animated effect as it's activating. It's really cool. I think we should take subtraction reaction if we can get it. It's fine. They kind of do the similar brief anyway, so I'm not super upset. I really want to fight this elite as well, Plinkus, if you'd allow me to. Thank you. Don't be the multi-enemy fight. That's fine. This guy, chump. Horrible, by the way, it's a 6-5 right now. So, you know, oh no, I have to throw the horror ball. Ah, cries. It's actually a really strong orb right now for me. Actually, the Echo right now is my weak orb. Just because I've not upgraded it. Snowball. Get him. Become massive, please. Look at it, it's getting bigger already. Okay, then the actual... The guy that's carrying the entire project, the Ouroboros. I do need to get Refresh Tech as well at some point. That is the other thing that could cause me to lose. Hello, Keeper. Honestly, just farm. I have 2 shots at 300 damage, so he's not hitting me. I don't need to refresh anymore. Comfortable. Okay, we need to upgrade this to actually do something. Am I going to another shop? Yeah, probably later on I'll go to a shop. Let me do this. Refreshes crit or healing damages. I currently have no means of healing in battle, so we'll take this.
Old and wise.
Keeper, thank you for the Prime subscription. Much appreciated. Would I prefer to go to a question mark tile or another battle? I'm actually not sure. I think I'd prefer another question mark tile. Chapter 2 is the wall. Hello again. Actually, perfect. I did want another elite battle, so... Snowball, go get him. Oh, yeah, the passageway gives you an additional tile, right? You actually get the battle when you go across. You're right. Enjoying the new update. My sat currently is a Ouroboros, Echo, a horrible, and a snowball. So yes, I am enjoying the patch. There are a few things I've got my reservations about, but we'll see. We'll see how it comes out. I'm actually not sure the negative slime build is actually, like, reasonable still. Only because I think it's a lot of hoops to jump through to make it work, versus just getting positive stuff. And I think the new shop relic, which, you know, makes upgrades that, oh, sorry, it makes anything that would increase in price as you use it more often. It stops that effect happening. I think that new relic that stops that happening is completely garbage. But we'll see. I might be wrong. We have an insane Echo run, by the way. The Keeper, I think, is a fan of the Echo run. Probably not a fan that I put a snowball in it. But, and also I've removed my discard, so I can't really enable the Echo anymore. Fully. But, you know, new stuff. Wow, I've only got 49 gold, I just noticed. That's pretty sad. Okay, in that case, I'll take this tile instead of the shop, rather than be disappointed by missing out on a relic by 1 gold. My duplication event. You're not the duplication event, you swine. I don't really need it, and I don't want to destroy my peg, so I think I'm not going to take it. If I had my discards, I would have taken it. You seem the route of taking it. The 50 gold for it doesn't seem worth the price. We got low crucible levels, so it doesn't matter as much. I think you can get away with it at lower levels. It's a bit like Sprouting Spin Investment, I think, or that's how I'm seeing it. Where Sprouting Spin Investment basically means, like, you know, the rich get richer, but it doesn't really, like, help you win a run if you weren't winning it. I think the same holds true for... I don't know what it's called anymore, but I think the same holds true. If you're, like, really ahead of the game, and you've got, like, a thriving economy in the game, then it's fine, right? Because you could just mass upgrade something. So it might be able to enable a build, but I think at C20, you just don't have the money for it. And I don't think you'll ever pay it off, basically. You'll buy it for 50 gold on the second floor, and I never save 50 gold from it. By the way, I'm actually bullying the wall right now. With just the Ouroboros. Oh, we've also checked out the new version of the Necromancer. Sorry, it's called. I always call it the Necromancer. Completely garbage. It doesn't matter how much stats you put on this, the effect is just rubbish. Or you need to find some better way to have the board activated. Anyway, we'll hold our money. Do I just go start spreadsheet maxing? Because I don't really like... The Focus Blast is nice. I probably prefer bombs to not do this. But I don't think anything else really matters for me. Yeah. Realistically, I shouldn't have taken the Snowball, because then I would have a sack of Ouroboros and Echo. And if I didn't take this, which is removing one of my discards, I literally could have Echo permanently, and AoE Echo as well. It would literally have won the run. But I chose not to win the run to put a Snowball in it. Also, I got the Snowball before the Echo, but... Alright, I'll do it for spreadsheet reasons. Let's take it. It's also new. I think it's actually quite okay, is that how I'll call this. You know what? Versus the dragon, it does nothing, so it's perfect. This could hurt. Slightly awkward opening. Okay, we're fine. Nice pumpkin pie, good idea. Just give me a bit more damage. I don't have any peg swelling effect, so I don't really need this. Yeah, oh yeah, we've got Bombatan as well, so it will do something. I mean, it's not a lot, to be fair. It's like plus 360 damage. I'll do a little greed. I know we don't really have, like, a healing form other than the... Other than, what's his name? Rallying Heart, which is not the best healing thing in the game. But it's fine. We're at 100 health anyway. We can live a little. Live a little even. Snowball, go get him. Go right. Classic pump. Oh no, classic pumping bag. Good idea, Snowball. Yes! I love the big snowball. It's glorious. And actually, you're now making my Ouroboros do real damage. Oh yeah, we've got a filibuster as well. Do I grab before Bishop? It's being changed. When Snowball gets too big, does it behave like Bulldog? Yes. Okay, I'm not going to take this. I know it's new. I know it's changed. It now does damage, but it's for a different run. What I want now is more snowballs. It's legitimately all I want. More snowballs. Or double my sack event. I will take both. Oh, I gotta admit it. I gotta admit it. I mean, this is clearly the best relic I could ever have asked for. I can now discard again one time. Yes. Yes, more snowballs. Now, I can hit horrible, which would be pretty upsetting, but I don't care. It's funnier this way. By the way, the comedy act now game is to give me horrible. Alright. Randomly remove half of your orbs. I think I know which half you would remove, and it's not the half that I'm desiring. We'll take the mirror orb, which has also been slightly changed, but it's really just a graphical type thing. It shows us question mark now, I think, when you look at it. That's the only change. I'll go to the shop. Yes, shows us question mark. So does, Summoning Circle. Where are my snowballs? Ah. I should probably take some refresh stuff. Does this really matter? This is the wrong play. I should take Round Guard because it's the better thing, but I want to get more snowballs. So I'm going to take the option that gives me more snowballs. Or could give me more snowballs. By the way, as well, for people who just got in right now, the shop has also changed because there are more options in the shop. So getting out of the shop now is slightly harder. A sense of custom snowball running my future? No. I have to earn for it. I'm like edging the snowball build until I eventually get it for real. I think it's gonna be a big snowball. Uh-oh! Oh, okay, it wasn't big. Never mind. I guess I'll just finish the battle with this. Wow, you're still alive. Do I discard this for a snow day finish? Sure, I'll take the damage. It's obviously pointless, but look at all this snow that could come. How is that still not enough? Alright. Stupid game. I hit so many pegs there. I like the idea. Good idea, game. Sure, I'll fight some elites. I think we're fine. I think that does nothing to the dragon, right? It has no weaknesses. The dream starts. Snowball, snowball. Please don't kill me with a reflect. Ow. Ow. Multi-ball snowball. It has to be. Carry me, snowballs. Oh, baby, it's a snow day. I didn't get enough money for a heal, which is probably not a great thing, but oh well. About to say, hopefully no red bombs either. But here we are with red bombs. Oh, I can't target the spider. It's actually so troll. I forgot about this. It's fine. I'll slowly kill him with other effects. Actually, I'll kill you with an echo. I've changed my mind. I'll take the damage, and you should be... Wait, you're not going to attack me this turn. Yeah, so I shouldn't do it this turn. It should be the next turn. I think the bat blocks your path, though I might be wrong. Doesn't matter. Wait. Oh, I'm targeting enemies now with my bombs. I forgot. All right. Ow. Pretty good. I don't think I healed because I'm slowly dying. Perfect. Don't think this fight's been changed, so I assume it's still fairly easy. Holy shit, I took a lot of damage though. Hang on a sec. Maybe don't speak too soon. Nice chill. Wait, did these guys used to do range damage? I swear normally at this point I'd like broken their backs. I just realized I'm taking range damage, not melee damage. How are you guys still alive? What are you made of? I do like a 2,000 damage a turn. All right. Yeah, one would probably be insane here. Very confused by what was happening there. I feel this fight should be over. It is over. Right, I'll heal. We have another battle coming after this. I would love some additional ways to heal game. I'll take crits to refresh the board. Give me a bit more refresh tech. Right, you're both going to come up on the first turn and hit me. That's annoying. I'll use Horrible to try and set up Echo to do something actually good. It's an insane pumpkin pie. Picks up a kill as well on the bat. And, as I said, sets up the Echo up for glory. We'll heal again. This is also being changed, but sadly I'll have to see it on another run. Because I need the health. Whatever, I'll just go down. Because I probably should greed for a bit more money, but... It's one final fight and I've already got 25 to heal again. Hello again. Oh my god, I've got opposite reaction to 2 snowballs. You guys don't know what you're dealing with anymore. I mean, a changed changed boy. Also, everything just exploded. Yeah, so generator was the same, but the lightning slime is different. It now connects to itself. So if a lightning bolt hits a lightning slime, it will trigger that lightning slime as well. Look at the snowball go. Look, it's 4,000. It's 5,000. It's 7,000. It's a snow day. 10,000 damage. I didn't even kill the enemies, just gave up. They're like, holy shit, keep that away from me. Have you seen this Peglin? He's putting stones in these fucking pebbles, in his snowballs. These pebbles in these snowballs. Okay. Well, I'll take Prime Slime here. We'll lean into Slime slightly. The healing stuff would be nice. I can only really die to now lacking defense. Give me another snowball turd. Son of a bitch, dragon. Okay, it's not... It was so close to the dream order. Can I just flip these around? Anyway, I'll use my snowball. It's getting so big. Alright, echo up them. Pretty good. Let me just keep clearing paths towards these refresh. I can hit the crits as well. I need to remember that. Great pie. Alright, this is probably the thing which is actually going to win me the run. So let's fire the Ouroboruses, and we'll just get echo scaling after echo scaling after echo scaling. And hopefully along the way we'll get some healing. Or a bit of blue slime maybe as well, so I don't take damage from the fire. Right, 1,000 damage is locked into one of these bad boys. Excellent. Am I okay? Am I gonna lose this run? But I have so much damage. Doesn't make sense. Can you please stop putting blue slime on the board and instantly stripping it off again, please? My snowball is a 10-11. And I am determined to go into the pumpkin pie hole. I feel like I've had some of the most insane bounces I've ever seen. Okay, we're gonna lose. Unless it's an insane shot. I was gonna say, I would have died to the fire, I think. I had 288 gold and didn't win. How did I not generate... Whatever. I think I actually got trolled a little bit by the end of the game. Oh no, nothing goes into the spreadsheet either. What a shame. Like, I actually was so comfortable the entire run. I guess I got caught by the snowballs in the end. I have to say. If I just had Ouroboruses and Echobs, we would have been fine. Where are we in the episode timing? We'll call it there. So YouTube, I hope you enjoyed the video of the new patch. There'll be some more coming up in the future. As I said, you're gonna have to get through the experimental stuff. I'll try and purge it through the system quickly, and then hopefully the timelines will mend and we'll be all back together for YouTube and for Twitch. So anyway, YouTube, thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye.